Where can I put these happy little trees? Oh, hey, welcome. Um, having a Bob Ross moment. Um, welcome to On the Porch with Melody. Um, I've been getting a lot of great feedback from people. Thanks for tuning in. Um, and feel free to interact with me while I'm chatting. I do have my timer on, so I know how much time I'm talking, and will limit myself this time. Yeah, just to kind of give you blips and things of what I'm thinking about and what's going on with me. Um, but I do have my Facebook open so that I could see your comments and questions you may have. So feel free to talk with me. This is live right now. It's April 8th. The reason why I'm saying the date is because I feel like being in this time of sheltering in place, like a lot of people are forgetting what day it is. What's the date? It is Wednesday. Um, but I did want to talk more about sheltering in place. Um, right now I just feel like, oh man, there's so much to do. And usually you're like, but so little time. But right now it's so much to do and so much time. And it's like, well, what can I do with that time right now? Um, and so, there's people who are doing, live streams, people writing music, um, learning new like hobbies, having new hobbies, um, all kinds of things, learning instruments. There's a lot of bread making right now, a lot of people cooking, all kinds of different things. And it's just like right now, like especially Instagram, the advertisements, um, they, well, a little tidbit, like they hear you, like when you're talking, it's kind of creepy because you think, oh, they're watching what I'm doing online. And so they send me advertisements by what I'm watching, but in reality, they also are actually listening to you. And it's funny because my sister-in-law and we were talking about it. I told her, did you know they do that? Instagram's listening, because I've had a advertisement pop up from just something I'm talking to someone about. She's like, no way. And I was like, no, totally, seriously, Sandy. Um, I'll prove it. And so I said into my phone, like, Sandy, I really want cheesecake right now. Doesn't cheesecake sound good? Like Cheesecake Factory or something? I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory in a long time. And so, like, later on, when I was on my way home, um, I sent her a screenshot and I showed her a picture because when I was scrolling through Instagram, lo and behold, there was an advertisement for Cheesecake Factory. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. But anyways, right now social media, is really like inundating our inboxes, um, advertisements flowing at you about things that you can do right now, and just seeing what everybody else is up to. And I just right now feel like, I shared about just the creativity, the juices are just flowing. At the same time, it's like, what do I do with all of it? What do I choose? How do I prioritize things? And I'm just like, I don't know. Because right now I'm like, okay, I'm at home, so I want to clean the house and rearrange things. Um, at the same time, I want to cook better meals, but that usually doesn't happen. I'm kind of lazy. Although I must say, I did bake bread last night. I finally used my sourdough starter. Um, Her name's Misa, Mhysa, kind of like in Game of Thrones. Um, but anyway, I baked a sourdough loaf last night. I finished at midnight because I started it late, but I stayed up just to eat some of that fresh loaf, and it was pretty good. I'll post some pictures on my Instagram at some point. If you don't follow me on Instagram, feel free. It's Melody Gawliu. It's not very hard to find. Um, but anyways, yeah, I've been getting all these messages, like, oh, learn this new skill, learn about search engine optimization or marketing or branding. And I know, the advertisements are coming more specifically because of things I've been clicking on, but it's like, um, start your own business, learn guitar, like read these books, learn these new skills, et cetera, et cetera. And I have been giving in and clicking on some of those seminars and those webinars because they're free right now. That's the wonderful thing. about the time that we're living in is a lot of things that would usually cost a lot of money are free. So taking advantage of it. And a lot of the branding has been, or a lot of these webinars that I've been watching have been saying, like, you need to find your niche and stick with it. Don't be everywhere, but find that one thing that you're good at and do it, and focus all your attention on that one thing. Just really hone in on that gift, that talent, that hustle, whatever. And so I've been like racking my mind, like, okay, well, what do I want to do? I love music, so I love playing music. I love writing music and poetry. Oh, should I write poetry? Oh, but I love photography. Maybe I should hone in more on that and start working on my poetry more. Oh, shout out Joyce and shout out Lynn. I just saw you guys liked this video so far. But anyway, should I work on my photography? Maybe I should work on my photo booth business again. If you ever need a photo booth, let me know. I print pictures on the site. Or walk around photography. Or what else do I like to do? I like to write stories and write articles. I've written articles for our church newsletter, about my trip to Nashville when I went to a worship music conference out there, or worship conference, I should say, because it's not just about music. But, I also want to work on my my organization, making it an official nonprofit with a 501c3 status. And that's a lot of work. Should I work on that? Should I work on the branding for all of these things? Like the colors, usually purple is the one that I go to because that's my favorite color. There's just so much. If you look at my websites that I've created over time, it's everywhere. I share my favorite quotes from my dad or from movies. I love to watch a lot of movies. So I was like, should I write movie reviews, or should I, do Instagram, do more postings on Instagram of my photos? Should I, what should I do right now? But on my websites, it's everywhere. And I realized, despite what they tell you, one of the other big things they tell you, even though they're like, oh, focus in on one thing and just, hone in on that, they also tell you to be yourself. And well, so I've decided, at least for now, that that's who I'll be. That's what I'll do. I like all these different things. So I'm just going to figure out little time slots to do little bits here and there, because it's hard for me to choose. I just love learning. I just love doing a variety of things. I love adventures. I love learning how things work. I do love cooking, but I also love eating. And that's okay, that I like to do a lot of different things. And so for you, what are you working on? Are you painting like Bob Ross? Are you writing? Like I said in the other video, I saw this quote that if you don't come out of the shelter in place, either having learned a new skill, or, with a new hustle or something like that, any of those things, then you didn't lack time, you lacked discipline. And, it really is something to just think about. Are you being intentional with the time that God's given you here on earth? Because we don't know if we have tomorrow, we know we have right now. And what are you going to do with that time? And are you going to allow other people to tell you, who you are and what you should be doing? For me, I know I have a higher calling, and like, I'm always like, just God's in control of my life, and, check with him on what I should be doing. But, I love to do a lot of things. I wouldn't say I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, but I would say I am a utility knife. I have a variety of skills and things that I know. And that's okay. It's just who I am. I may not be that one person who knows guitar super duper well inside and out, but I know how to play guitar and, perform on stage and lead worship for church or different things. praise nights and whatnots. And that's okay, you know, and that's what I'm learning about myself, is to be okay in my own skin. It doesn't matter what other people think about. It doesn't matter what they think about me or what I do or who I will be in the future or who I was in the past or anything of my past. Like, all that matters is what God thinks about me. And, you know, I need to be okay in my own skin. And so I want to encourage you to be okay in your own skin. We always do want to work on improving ourselves and, you know, being a better version of ourselves. But at the same time, you know, are you okay being you? You know, and even what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to be you? What does it mean to be me, Melody Ybona Gawliu? What does that mean? What does that look like? I'm from Daly City, you know. I always say born, live, die, you know. That's just me. I'm going to be in Daly City for the rest of my life as far as I can see. And, you know, like, I love planning events, activities, festivals. I love attending them. I love building communities. I love encouraging people. I love exhorting people, encouraging them to do things. You know, I love caring for people, making sure they're okay, helping them with things that they may need that maybe I can help with. I love taking care of people. I'm a creative, so I love music. I love photography. I love, you know, helping people see things from different perspectives. I love having discussions with people. So, like I said, if you know, have something you want me to talk about or you want to talk about, maybe you can join me on one of these. But just let me know. I'm going to start rounding out this session now, but you know, I really appreciate you coming and just, like I said, sometimes it's just like online journaling for me, joining me on the porch as I just pour out the things that are kind of in my head in the moment. It won't be any set time, just randomly when I feel like talking, I guess. But if you have things you want me to talk about, you have things you want to learn about, or maybe for me to learn about, you know, message me, let me know. I told a lot of people, they were wondering about my background from last time where I was, you know, in my at home, you know, in the White House, of course, right? Anyway, I had the presidential background last time, and so maybe I'll do a session on just Zoom meetings, you know, how to have some fun with it. What are some of the capabilities that I've learned? But let me know what you want to learn about, okay? So I hope that you guys are doing okay. I hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves, taking care of other people. Be kind to one another right now. It's really tough out there. And one of the things I always think about is you don't know what anyone else is struggling with. They may seem like they're okay, but, you know, be genuine when you ask them how they're doing. I remember in high school, I was walking down the hall and someone, you know, we were walking close, like going to pass each other, and they're like, "Hey, Melody, how are you doing?" And the person just kept walking. And I was like, and so I turned around and I was like, "I'm doing fine." And, you know, like, we should be genuine when we ask people how they're doing. So I want to know how you're doing. You know, private message me, send a comment. But I hope you're doing well, and I'm praying for all of you guys. So yeah, until next time, you know, I hope you guys will join me on the front porch again soon. But take care, and you know, there's some food for thought. Who are you? Who am I? And what does that mean? And how can we move forward from all these things? But take care and be safe out there. Stay healthy. God bless you. Bye. Oh, it's one of those things. I should have known where the stop live stream button was. Anyway, bye. I'll go back to my painting. Okay, see ya.